Of colored children. He have organized New York's resistance to the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850. Dr. Smith was a good friend of the great Frederick Douglass, and he worked side by side with him in the activities that he was doing. He was noted perhaps more for what he did in civil rights than as a doctor. Dr. Smith's mother had been a slave. His father was white. 3 of his children lived to adulthood, and they were apparently passed as white. And this is what they continue to do their lives. So another reason we don't really know about Dr. Smith. However, his great-great-great-great-granddaughter, Greta, a New Haven, that tells you the generations we're going through, said none of their descendants were told that they had a black ancestor, let alone an accomplished one. But Greta Blue came across her family connection while taking a course in history of blacks in New York City. While in that course, she came across the name James McComb Smith, and it rang a bell. The name was inscribed in a family Bible belonging to her grandmother, Antoinette Martinoga. Blah did some research and determined that James McComb Smith, who was known as America's first black doctor, was indeed her forebear. The descendants who only recently learned that they had a black ancestor honored Dr. Smith at his Brooklyn grave. When he died, people knew him as an educator, and for some reason, not a whole lot of information was known about him other than that. And when he was buried in an unmarked grave. So when they found him, found out who he was, the family did have a celebration and put up a tombstone with his name on it. While many communities did not have, some communities at that time, even back in the 60s, didn't even have one physician in the area, a black physician. But Staunton was lucky enough to have several. And those black doctors are listed on your programs. And today, people, our members of community friends will be giving you information about the black doctors and dentists who were in our area. And so without interruption and calling all those names out to you, we will now have you to come in order and tell about the doctor or dentist that you're representing. And you've already